Son of a
Glitch.
The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening. On his journey to awaken the Windfish, Link also manages to wake some glitches from their slumber. Some small and some game-breaking, so let's get the adventure started. If you get Link to the edge of the screen and use the hookshot, then press the D-pad in the opposite diagonal direction from the way Link is facing, he'll be moonwalking. Or he could be doing the Running Man. This is one of those small but fun glitches I always get a kick out of. When you get the shovel and the Pegasus boots, charge up a dash and before Link speeds off, use the shovel. Link will then dig up the ground and then dash on the spot. Again, this is completely useless, but I just love how funny this looks. In the original version of the game, if you press the select button to bring up the map just after you get your shield back, the game will put you in the wrong area. The cursor is in the mountains at the top north part of the map, and this glitch is corrected as soon as you leave Marin's house. For some reason, the sprite tiles in the mysterious forest can be picked up and thrown. You'll need the power bracelet for this, and it only works on the top right corners. If you look carefully, they reveal a glitched log doorway sprite. Okay, now for some useful glitches. There's a way to skip getting the golden feathers and a small part of the item trading sequence, otherwise known as the Richard skip. This glitch takes place one screen up and to the right of Richard's villa, where you cut down this bush to reveal a hole. Using the feather, jump over the hole and then begin pausing and unpausing the game. By doing this, you're pause buffering, advancing the game one frame at a time, allowing you to perform this glitch. Eventually, you'll hear the sound of Link falling into the hole. Now unpause the game one final time and then press down on the D-pad for Link to land inside the maze. From here, complete the maze as normal to reach the owl statue and then dig up the slime key to enter Dungeon 3. Interesting to note, the key will appear as a golden feather, but when picked up is revealed to be the slime key. This glitch is possible in the original version of the game, but it's done with a slight difference. When you hear Link fall, on that same frame, open up the save and quit menu and close it, and then press down on the D-pad. Also in either version, don't press down too long as you'll land outside of the maze and you'll have to restart the skip all over again. To exit the maze after getting the slime key, cut down this bush at the bottom of the screen and then move diagonally into the screen border. If done correctly, Link will jump down a screen and land outside the maze. Getting the slime key this way means the game will automatically give you the stick you need to trade for the honeycomb. The game assumes you've completed the trading sequence up to that point because you have the slime key in your inventory. Oh, and the slime key? When using it, you can wall clip inside this sprite with the keyhole to open Dungeon 3 by facing the entrance and charging Link's sword. The game will think you're on the other side of this wall and trigger the cutscene. Wall clipping is another neat glitch in Link's Awakening. By moving into the corner of a wall, Link is pushed down slightly, but not enough that he's completely out of the wall. Some interesting uses of wall clipping can be seen with the genie boss in Dungeon 2. Normally you'd need to throw the bottle at the wall a few times to enter the next phase of the fight, but by grabbing it and clipping into this wall and throwing the bottle, you can do this phase in one shot. This glitch really speeds up this boss fight and it's very simple to do. Other uses of wall clipping involve being able to push blocks sideways like this. By clipping into the blocks and then standing directly center of where the two blocks meet, hold up on the D-pad and Link is able to push them sideways instead of forwards. This creates great shortcuts in certain dungeons, namely Dungeon 7 Eagle's Tower and Dungeon 8 Turtle Rock. So that's wall clipping, another very useful glitch. And here's a few more. When you fight these Dodongo snakes in Dungeon 3, only kill one of them and then simply leave the screen. For some odd reason, the other Dodongo snake will despawn, and you'll have beaten them both. I have no idea why this happens, but it's useful for sure. Another mini-boss that can be finished quickly with a glitch is Lanmola. By jumping left into the screen and immediately firing off 2 arrows, you can kill Lanmola before his text even appears on screen. Lanmola's hitbox is open before the text appears, so you're able to kill this boss before you see it. And now for something a bit different. When you head inside this cave next to Dungeon 4 to learn Manbo's Mambo, jump out of the water and slash Link's sword before you trigger the text like this. Now when the cutscene plays, you'll have control of Link, if only to move slowly sideways through the duration of the song. When you learn the song, Link will still be in the air and you'll be able to move him across the screen. Here's a glitch you can perform with the hookshot and by jumping into a pit. Pits in the game are made up of separate pit tiles that Link can only fall in if he's not on the border. If Link is on the border, he's able to use the hookshot, and when it returns, there is one frame where Link is able to jump. This can create some cool shortcuts like here with the bird key, and also some pretty cool skips in Dungeon 7. Before you can enter Dungeon 8 Turtle Rock, you have to fight a small mini-boss that covers the entrance. Well, you could, or as the rock falls away, use the Pegasus boots and dash into the head. Link can pass straight through the head and into the dungeon. Apparently they forgot to make the head a solid sprite, and since the loading zone for the entrance is always open, you can skip fighting this boss altogether. Now it's time to really break the game, using a glitch known as screen warping, which only works in the original Link's Awakening as it was fixed in the DX version. Screen warping works like so. If you press the select button to bring up the map, as Link crosses a screen boundary, he'll warp to the next screen while retaining the same position he had on the previous screen. Now this glitch is best seen rather than explained, and can be used to completely break the game in a whole host of ways. For instance, go to the area at the start of the game where Link finds his sword, but instead of grabbing it, screen warp one screen to the right and you'll see the sword has followed you. Grab the sword in this screen and the normal cutscene will play out. Now screen warp left and Link's shield will be where the sword was. Grabbing this shield will give Link a level 0 shield, which just happens to be invisible. Don't you just love it when that happens? The Richard skip shown earlier is much easier to pull off using screen warping. You can warp into the screen right next to the owl statue and then warp back once you have the slime key. This also means you can take Bowwow with you for the rest of the game, which has some pretty interesting glitches by itself. If you take Bowwow with you when you meet Marin at the beach, when she joins you, her sprite will be glitched out. She becomes a glitched version of Bowwow's sprite, which flickers between two halves of Bowwow. If you take Marin with you normally, she helps you wake up the walrus that's blocking Link's path. But we can use screen warping to get past the walrus to continue with Marin and grab the angular key from Landmola. Next, we need to screen warp back to avoid triggering the walrus cutscene like so. Marin can now continue through the game with Link, which only becomes more interesting as we go. For example, when we have the flippers and Link can swim, Marin will walk on water behind us. Obviously by this point in the game, Marin would have left us, and so there's no swimming sprite for her. And from walking on water to rafting on land. Go to the raft shop and then rent the raft for 100 rupees. Jump aboard the raft and then sail 2 screens left, and when Link is about to go left another screen, press select to screen warp. Link will now appear on land but still on the raft, and he'll move slowly, although you're free to go wherever you please. However, the raft can be lost in some screen transitions, so that's something to consider. Screen warping can be used to mess with the character sprites too. At the beginning of the game with Marin by the windmill, screen warp north and then move upwards while Link is stuck in the trees. And on the next screen will be 2 Marins which will glitch out every now and again. Oh, also, Link is still stuck in the trees, so you'll have to save and quit to fix this. If you screen warp right from Marin's house and then move 1 screen down, you can find Marin with a sword who has no problem attacking you. Stay back, I don't want to do this. Oh, that's unfortunate. Warp a screen right from the phone booth in the village and hold right on the D-pad before Link falls in the water. Now Link will be confronted by Grandma with a sword. Grandma, no! How could you? Screen warp down from Marin's house and then move down another screen. You're about to see way too many grandmas firing glitched sprites of Link when he collects an item. These are supposed to be Octo Rocks and the rocks that they fire out, but oh man, I think I've gone too far. I think maybe some fishing might help me stop the crazy. Take Link to the fishing pond and then screen warp down until the fisherman is in the tree. Yeah, this seems normal. How about some fishing? Yeah, sure, I'll go fishing. What? You can move around this screen and end up in some weird places or an entire glitched world. Screen warping right will help you reach a chest containing the power bracelet. But we don't just want that power bracelet, we want the more powerful bracelet, yeah! Exploring this crazy glitched world is insane, and since a lot of it is filled with water, I recommend having the flippers to get around that. But be prepared to see some serious crazy. I don't even know what to say about this. While we're talking about this crazy fisherman's glitch world, here's a similar glitch you can do when actually fishing. For this glitch, again, you'll also need the flippers from Dungeon 4. Begin fishing as normal and catch a fish, and when prompted to fish again, say no. When the text is finished, press the A, B, Start and Select buttons together to bring up the Save and Quit menu. Select Return to Game, and now you'll be able to freely move in this area. With the flippers, you can swim in the water, and moving all the way left triggers a screen transition where you'll end up in a glitchy version of the raft shop. And going right will put Link outside Madame Meow Meow's house, which leads me nicely to our final glitch in the game, the Doghouse Glitch. Entering the doghouse from behind like so will enter Link into another glitched world, similar to the Fisherman's glitched world. However, this one has many different variations based on how many enemies you've killed since loading a new file. Most variations are useless and hard to navigate, while a couple are highly maneuverable in exploration. And for that reason, using this glitch, it's possible to finish the game in under 10 minutes. Firstly, begin the game as normal and then head to get Link's sword at the beach and then kill 4 enemies. This will give us the glitch world variation we need to grab a couple of items, namely the feather and magic powder. We now need to enter Bowwow's doghouse from behind the loading zone to get a glitched out map of Dungeon 2. When you first enter the glitched out dungeon, you won't be able to see Link, but press and hold up left on the D-pad and the camera should catch up to you. Now we need to move 2 screens right, 1 screen down, 1 more screen right, and then 3 screens down, and in a chest will be the feather item we need. Go back the way you came, 3 screens up, 1 screen left, 1 screen up, and then 3 screens left and grab the magic powder. Now save and quit the game and then reopen the save file to appear back inside Marin's house. Next, we need a few more items to actually finish the game, which can be stolen from the shop. Grab the shovel and then stand next to the shop owner till he faces away from the door and then make a break for the door before he spots you. You'll have gotten the shovel free of charge, but upon entering the shop once again you'll pay the ultimate price, but that's not a problem. Just save and continue to appear in the shop once again, and next we're going to steal the bow with the same method. We need to do this because without these items we're unable to finish the game. Next, head back to Madame Meow Meow's house, and on the way you'll need to kill these 2 dogs to change the enemy kill count for the glitch world variation we need. Once we re-enter the doghouse glitch world, we're now in a glitched version of Dungeon 7, 8 and all the caves. Moving through this area is tricky and it's easy to get stuck in water, but with a bit of practice you can get through these screens as you see here. Now we can get to the final boss, which you'll be taking down with only 3 hearts, but this boss is simple when you get the pattern down. This boss fight is the reason why you needed those specific items like the bow and magic powder. And when you're done with the boss, you're done with the game, just like that. Between screen warping and the doghouse glitch, Link's awakening can be completely destroyed. But there you have it, some hilarious and game-breaking glitches for you guys to try out. And if you like this episode, hit that like button, share it with everyone you know and love, but most importantly, please subscribe if you want to see more from the series. Head over to the Facebook page for the show. I post updates and sneak peeks to upcoming episodes and keep you guys in the know about all things Son of a Glitch. Or you guys can follow me on Twitter and keep updated that way. Also, I stream on Twitch whilst making episodes, so you guys should check me out there too. You know, if you want to. If you like Zelda glitches, this show has got you covered. So be sure to check out some of the other insane glitches from these major Zelda games.